Thanks for sitting down with us, Coach. Well, you're not a stranger to Doniphan. This is your first year as head coach. What do you expect from your team?
I expect us to have fun. I think we've got quite a few girls coming back. They've got a good base. And we had a 14-12 season last year, and obviously we want to improve on that. But the main thing is I want the girls to have fun, get up and down the floor, and do the best they can.
Who's the assistant coach now that you've taken head?
Coach Banger is going to be the assistant for us this year. She'll run the JV and help with the varsity, and she teaches elementary PE this year.
A busy summer for y'all this year, and how did that play out and go?
We had a pretty good summer. It took a little bit of time to get some of our offense and defense in and hit the weight room. I think the weight room's going to help us a little bit, although we haven't got girls with 4 years of weight room in them. What little bit they've done, I think, is noticeable. But this summer, we had a pretty good summer. We spent the month of June hitting it pretty hard. Finished off with a scrimmage with Poplar Bluff, and we also went to Branson at Branson camps and saw some very good competition. We had a pretty good schedule there, and I felt like we played pretty good and started to get an idea of what we want to become as a team.
What is the goal for the team this year, and what's the plan to reach that goal?
Obviously, the goal is to win as many games as we can, shoot for conference championship if we can have a shot at that, and then do as well as we can in the district. And hopefully we'll peak at the end of the year and not in the middle. I think I've given us some time off. I want them to be rested. I want them to be ready to go, and starting Monday we'll hit it. I feel like we've got a pretty good chance of having a pretty good year and show well both in conference and district this year.
Talking of conference, how does the other schools in our conference, how are they standing out to you? What do you think the challenges and the teams are going to be there to face or worry about?
I think the conference is going to be quite a bit like it was last year. I think Naylorville will be the team to beat again. I think Naylor has a pretty strong group of starters, and they'll be in the thick of things. I think we can battle with them this year. I think a few schools have lost some pretty good players. We lost one good senior, so we have a lot of experience coming back. And I think we'll be able to hang in conference play and have a shot at them this year. Our style of ball is going to change a little bit, so I'm hoping that can help us with a couple of the better teams.
Thank you, Coach. That's all we got.
All right, no problem.
First of all, how did the summer go for you and the team?
We had a great summer. We got in here and we had some open gyms. We were able to go around and to multiple areas and play different teams from different states, different cities, teams that we would not see during the regular season. And it's always good to see those type of teams. That way we can get a taste of where we stand as a unit. I believe we have a great chance this year to do well, and it started with our summer. We had a good summer.
Okay. You had a pretty big turnout for tryouts. Tell us a little about that.
We had a great turnout, multiple numbers. I always believe that we want the most amount of numbers of participants to come out, and it says a lot about your program. It says that people want to be a part of it. They want to be a part of the team. They want to play with the current team members. Right about now, we're anywhere from 35 to 40 kids that are going to want to try out. And we're very excited about that.
Okay. Is there any talk about starting a freshman team this year? And if so, how will that work?
We would love to have a freshman team. Normally, everybody has their varsity and their junior varsity. If you have a freshman team, I believe that also says a lot about your program. You have good numbers. As of now, we'll have about 15 to 16, 17 kids that try out that are freshmen. And it depends on how they do. If we can have about 9 or 10 that make the team, we will have a freshman team. We'll be able to get in a few freshman games this year with other teams that offer freshman teams. I do know that we will be playing Twin Rivers freshman game. I'm not sure about the date, but we will be trying to get as many games as we can for those freshmen. It's good to be able to keep those guys together and let them build a little confidence with their own group. And we will have a couple of freshmen that you may see throughout the year, even move up to JV and varsity.
Okay, what's your goal for the team this year, and what's the plan to reach that goal?
Well, we want to improve from last year. We had a great year last year, I feel like, as far as our first year, and with a group of new guys, I felt like we all got along very well. There's a big group of guys and a good number of guys that really enjoy the game, they have a passion, they love what they do. We just want to get better every day. We want to make sure that we're improving in the areas that we know as a team and as a unit that we know we need to improve in. I believe we have 3 great seniors this year that can help us. You being one of them, Jared Dutton, Clay Barton, and Jordan LaRue. I think those 3 guys can help us, and they can help me and make my job easier because they're smart, they're high IQ guys, and I believe they'll hold everybody accountable. I think it'll be a fun year.
Okay, you played in a lot of close games with big teams like Cape last year. Do you feel better prepared for them this year?
Well, it's always a better feeling when you're going into your second year. The first year, you're getting the feel of everybody. Everybody's getting to know each other. It's a new offense. It's a new defense. The terminology's new. So the second year, things can move along faster in terms of improving on your offense and defense and whatever areas you want to improve in. So coming into our second year, and with the returning players that we have, I believe we have some good talent. We got good seniors and underclassmen that will be able to all come together. I do like our chances a little bit more.
You made it to the district finals last year and faced Saxony Lutheran, a team that was 24-3. Do you think you can make it back, and will Saxony be a threat again?
I believe our team can make it back to the district championship. That's not our ultimate goal. We do believe that we can compete with a district champion and region and sectional, and there's no telling how far. Saxony will be a competitor, of course. They got a good program going on. They got a great coach. They got good players. There'll always be a challenge, but we just want to take it one step at a time. We're going to start with our first practice next Monday. We want to win that day, and we'll just go little by little, and we want to make sure that we do what it takes during the process and then in the journey to make sure we are ready to go when it comes district time, and we'll see when we get there.
What's the OFC looking like this year?
The OFC, I believe, will be very competitive. I believe our team will be competitive. We got a bunch of guys that play hard. We have some talent. I think we'll be able to put out a competitive team every night. I know Twin Rivers has a really good player, and that always makes a difference. If you have one player that can go get a few buckets, it just makes it a little bit tougher. And I know the other teams, Greenville, Naylor, Neelyville, East Carter, they're all getting better. They're getting better and better. I got to see a few of them this year during the summer, and they have good coaches, and they're improving little by little, which I believe is the ultimate goal, is to work together and just make sure you're taking baby steps, improve every single day. And I do think it'll be competitive. I love the atmosphere at all the gyms that we go play in, and I definitely love our atmosphere. I do think we have home court advantage here. It gets loud in here, rowdy, and it's very fun to coach here. I definitely enjoyed my first year. I believe home games are very fun. They give us an advantage.
Speaking of home games, we have one home game before Christmas and then 7 home games in January. Do you think that's an advantage or disadvantage, playing so many home games in the second half of the season? Many home games, I believe, is an advantage. You get to play in front of your crowd. It makes it fun for me personally. It makes it fun for our coaches. It makes it fun for our managers, our players, everybody involved. The teachers get to come out and watch, the students. And like I said, this place gets rowdy. I believe we have a great home court advantage, and to be able to play 7 home games in 1 month, I believe that will benefit us as long as we take care of our business. All right, that's it, Coach. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.